Oh, who's going to get it into turn one? Will Luke be able to maintain that lead as they get off the line? Well, but it's not enough as Zingy will take the lead into turn one. There's still a chance to get back with the long straight in Mexico. Who's going to get the advantage? He still has it. Luke to the outside. The Alfa Romeo doesn't get the best start in the world, getting challenged from Rillaton on the inside. Zingy will take the lead side by side with the McLaren. The McLaren will just about hold on in the end. That is, of course, the Alfa Romeo, followed by the AlphaTauri right behind, and that is Egapro to the inside. I don't believe it. What a run Egapro had. Now going for the AlphaTauri. The other Mercedes bogging down off the start a little bit there, as Nifo will hold on. Egapro not quite able to get the jump. We've got End Andrews on the inside right there. Very, very close, but they're side by side with the Red Bull. Something's going to have to happen here as they go very tight off the circuit just a little bit. They're going to have to slot in behind, and of course we have PJ and Heichler further on behind the grid, but very, very close there as PJ has a quick look. Are they really going to try and go for it on the inside? No, they won't. Captain 4G is round. I don't believe it. Andrews and Egapro to the inside now. He will have the advantage. It's the switch back available there for the Mercedes, but I don't think it's quite available, but it will. A spamming on the DRS as well. Really available, and he will just have the advantage, take the lead, take the racing line, and he is up ahead. And Egapros round onto the curb, and he loses the car. Oh, no, that's not what we want to see. Zingy's looking for the high downforce. It will be at a compromise with the straight line speed, of course. Luke gets the DRS, going to put it on. There you go. And see what they can do. 8 tenths, now goes to 7, now goes to 6. Will it go to 5? Yes, it will. Will it go to 4? Yes, it will, but not 3. Once again, he still needs to get a little bit closer. He needs to be like, I don't know, 7, 6 tenths in order to make an overtake around the straight like that. Luke not really struggling on the RS though, so they're not exactly pushing for the move. They're just trying to maintain it. Ruleton goes and gets himself a 3-second. Unfortunately, they're going to lose the position to Nifo, as they must have had a mistake at turn 3 there on the exit. So Nifo will jump up ahead. Nifo needs to try and push this to get that DRS train if they want to maintain this position. But right now, they are, 1.5 seconds behind. So they're going to have a bit of work to do. But here we go. Luke's going to look at their first opportunity to make an overtake. Zingy has not done enough this time. Luke, where's he going to go? To the inside, to the outside? I don't quite know. To the outside it will have to be, as Zingy defends all the way to the inside. Doesn't want Luke to get it as they go into turn 1. Who's going to come out ahead? Luke has the overspeed. He's got the run. He'll get the second lot of DRS. Zingy, it's going to be so difficult to get back past. It's not impossible, but he has the second DRS and he will take that position. We have Captain 4G once again making a mistake, and they'll lose it. They'll lose it. End Andrews and Robert will maintain that position, get back ahead. So lovely stuff for them. Zingy will not be able to catch up to Luke, and they will wait behind. Not going to push for it and just going to let it go. Captain 4G goes to the pit lane and they retire from the session, so given up of guaranteed points there. And that is Ruleton trying their best to go for a move, but it wasn't enough. Here we go though. No ERS for Nifo, DRS for Ruleton. They're not going to try and go for a move surely into turn 5. It's not going to be possible. And Zingy will have a look at a maneuver. Will they try and go for it though? They're actually going to lift off and let Luke take the position. Luke goes defensive, realizes that Zingy wasn't going to go for it. Zingy will make the move. Back to the lead they go. Luke will just have to sit behind. A little bit of porpoising between the two. There is a little bit of a gap for these guys to be able to go for a pit stop and still come out in clean air. Luke looks to possibly want to go for a move already. They're going to go to the outside line. Zingy's going to let him take that. Not going to fight it, of course. Pretty much impossible to make a move. They're just way too fast, but they've made a mistake. They've locked up here. This could be a chance for Robbo, as he's going to be able to get the switch back on Andrews. And Andrews is going to have to push with everything here. He's got the DRS, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And Andrews pushes massively. And what a corner there, as unfortunately Robbo makes a bit of a mistake. Hopefully they don't have damage from that, but if they do, they're going to be in a bit of trouble. And Zingy might have a go at a move. He's going to expect Luke to let him go. Bit of a wiggle. Nothing that would be illegal. It's just not quite expected. This time Luke's trying to fight it. He wants to maintain it, of course, because the pit stops are on their way, but he wasn't able to maintain it, and he's going to have to let it go. Then he makes that decision. Everybody else will react behind. Luke's probably going to try and stay out a little bit longer, although he might lose some time to Nifo if he does so, as he goes into the pit lane. Lovely stuff. Zingy, he will take that, go to the medium tyre, and we'll see what's going to happen. Nifo also goes to the pit lane, so as the train leader of his own train, Nifo's going to react with Zingy and work with Zingy to try and replicate that and see if it works for him. They're going to react, they're going to go in this lap, just go for the one lap fresher tyres. I assume the Mercedes are both going to just try and cooperate with one another, whereas Robbo, I don't know if that's going to be quite possible, so this could definitely put a spanner in the mix. Maybe that is what Luke spotted, as he realizes there's going to be a possible bit of traffic up ahead, so if he goes an extra lap, he either will be able to clear those two or catch up, but no, he's got himself a 3 seconds, so Zingy is in a really safe position at the moment. Is he going to get a good enough exit? Will they cooperate? Of course, and he will cooperate, move out the way for his teammate. Now, Zingy has the clean air, of course. Not clean air, he has one car ahead of him. Robbo leads the way, but he doesn't have to give the position up. Yes, he's a reserve driver, but at this stage, he could make it a little bit spicy. Oh, very, very close to the back of Robbo as he tries to go to the outside line, really trying to put the pressure on early, and he'll go round the outside, a long way round, goes off the circuit as he really tries to go so early on. He's really risking it. He knows that if he doesn't do it, Luke will get the advantage. Luke also does have the advantage, so he's going to have to send it to the inside. No, they back off, and then Andrews goes defensive to the Williams. The Williams has to go off the circuit. They'll take the position overall though, and they will maintain it as a bit of contact between the two as Luke loses the rear of the car, and Andrews will maintain that position once again, and Nippo is now in the battle here. DRS could be lost here as Zingy will take the lead. Robbo into the pit lane, and Andrews sacrifices themselves. Luke trying his best to maintain that P2 position, that net P2, but it's not enough, and Andrews once again, the rocket in a straight line, is managing this like an absolute champion. Nifo can't do anything. Ruleton will be able to catch, but it's not enough. No ERS for Luke. No ERS now left for Andrews. DRS is in it. Luke has to go for the move. Andrews though goes defensive. It kind of prevents him from going for that move, but round the inside. The long way around turn one, then has the inside advantage. What a move there. As Andrews might get threatened by Nifo, but actually Nifo made a mistake. That's not going to cause Ruleton to want to go for a move, but it does prevent Nifo from going for it, and he makes a mistake himself. And now Andrews could get pressured by Ruleton, as Ruleton will take that position. Andrews caused that big gap. He's now going to do it again with Ruleton. Actually goes off the circuit and lets them go. Goes off the circuit and lets them go. That's a little bit controversial, as Nifo will now not have the DRS of the cars ahead, but they will take that position over Ruleton just about. No ERS for him though, so he could be under threat later on if Ruleton can stay on top of this. As they will actually be challenged by Ruleton. Ruleton wants to go for the move. They're going to, not back off, they're going to still try and stick their nose in into turn 3, as that's Nifo going off the circuit. DRS and ERS available, but although ERS is actually not really available for either driver, Ruleton will have the run to the outside. Now to the inside they'll go. Nifo really trying to hold on as much as they can. The space is minimal. Goes onto the curb, loses the car, and has to give up the position overall. So yeah, hard stuff, but it's just about fair. And Zingy goes and gets a 3 second. He does get a 3 second. And this guy is now going to see a second light at the end of the tunnel. Nifo and Ruleton once again battling between the two, as that's a switchback, but once again a twitchy rear from Nifo. Nifo just can't get the car out of the corners. Yellow sector, as that is Luke, the challenger for P1, unfortunately spinning. Luke will now have to possibly settle for a P4, and that's Andrews retiring from the race. Retiring from the race on the straight and causes a safety car. Nifo will have a great advantage here. They're going to have no time penalties. Zingy can't quite go just yet. The safety car isn't far enough up the circuit just yet. Might be able to go for it right now, so it could be any moment, and they do go for it on the throttle, and Ruleton can't react. They can't react. They got the throttle limiter. I do not believe it, and a 3-second time penalty has already been gained, and Zingy is an absolute madman. I do not believe it. That is really, really unfortunate and infuriating for Ruleton, as he wasn't able to put the throttle on. The limiter just does not work. Niffo in P3 and Luke in P4 are going to be absolutely furious with that one. Niffo now in a really bad position to be able to win this race after all. It looks so hopeful, but that's not 5 laps to try and catch back up to Zingy. Luke might actually try and push for a move, and they are, interestingly. Didn't expect that one. Luke really wants to try and get ahead, but no, Niffo does have the advantage, so they will take it. A switch back is possibly available for Luke. Luke, he wants to get ahead of Ruleton. If he can't focus on Zingy, he wants to try and get ahead of Ruleton. Niffo wants to try his best to take a position over Zingy, of course, but actually, at this stage, they might have to try and concentrate. No, Luke loses it. I don't believe it. Luke loses it. After all of that, they could have looked at a P2, but they lose it all on the final sector. PJ having a look on the inside of EagerPro, thinking they might as well have a go for a move. Will he be able to get a good enough run as we head towards turn 4? It's not terrible, but no ERS between the two. We'll have the DRS. Will he want to go for the send on the inside? He would have to do it, but no. Ruleton goes defensive to the outside line now. That's Niffo going for the inside. Very close between the two. He goes off the circuit, does Ruleton. Niffo now is the inside line. Oh, contact between the two, but they keep it together nicely. Very hard and close racing between these guys as we're on the final lap. I don't think it's going to be possible for Niffo to get through. It's just going to be not worth the risk at this stage. Although, very, very tricky for Ruleton. Will he put the pressure on? Will he send it to the inside? Ruleton defends, interestingly, once again. It's not going to be possible. I do not think. It's not. Zingy comes around the final few corners, and he will take a dominant win at the Mexican Grand Prix. And Ruleton will cross the line in P2, but it's not going to be enough because Niffo will take the P3 after all. What a drive there. Ruleton, P3. And then we have Robbo in P4. Then he takes the win. Niffo in P2 and Ruleton in P3. Robbo, PJ, Heisler, EagerPro finish off the grid. Luke will score points after all that. So will Andrews, actually. Unless we'll have to investigate that one, because I'm not quite sure if they do complete enough of the race. And then Captain 4G DNFing, of course, earlier on.